Hey, what's up, film fans? You're watching Cheap Shot Entertainment. This is Quick Shot Reviews, and this is episode 313. Lucky for some, unlucky for others, that last number anyway. But for us, 313 episodes of movie reviews, whether that be on YouTube or whether it be on the podcasting channel, Quick Shot Reviews. We're just glad you're joining us. So today's film, it's one I saw just before Christmas, and bearing in mind I hadn't seen the first two, I was going into this bit skeptical. Didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but you know what? It was absolutely delightful. And that is Paddington in Peru. It is pretty much a British thing. Paddington, it's an institution. Even when the Queen passed away, Queen Elizabeth II, they did a whole thing. Well, someone did a poster with Paddington and the Queen sort of going into the light, if you like. And also, the Queen did appear in a sketch with Paddington for children in need, I believe. So, yeah, it's a British institution. And one of the best things about this film, I mean, the CGI Paddington is not great, but it's voiced really well, shall we say, by Ben Whishaw. Absolutely fantastically, in fact. And you can almost hear, you can hear Paddington. And if you had your eyes closed or you couldn't see the screen for whatever reason, you could hear Paddington, and you could picture Paddington with the voice. So wonderfully cast is this film. Um, you know what? It has elements of Indiana Jones in there. It's got real funny moments in there as well as heartwarming moments. And with Paddington, you want heartwarming moments. That is Paddington Bear. The story of a bear being sent from Peru with a label around his neck saying, "Please look after this bear." I remember having a set of sheets, Paddington sheets, with that written on it. And it was, yeah, it was nostalgia. Anyway, Hugh Bonneville plays Henry Brown, Emily Mortimer plays Mary Brown, and then we've got Imelda Staunton playing Aunt Lucy. Um, we've got a lot of other people in here as well, including Olivia Colman, who is wonderfully cast as the sort of evil singing nun. You got Julia Walters playing Mrs. Bird. Olivia Colman playing the Reverend Mother. And Jim Broadbent playing Mr. Gruber. There's loads and loads and loads and loads of people in here, and it's very, very British, apart from Antonio Banderas, but we can forgive that because it's Antonio Banderas, right? So Paddington returns to Peru to visit his beloved Aunt Lucy, who now resides at the home for retired bears, which happens to be in Peru. Um, with the Brown family in tow, a thrilling adventure ensues when mystery plunges them into an unexpected journey. It's directed by Dougal Wilson and written by Mark Burton. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's got fairly favourable reviews. Can't really go wrong with Paddington. Bit like a nativity thing. It's it's really good. I really, really enjoyed it. Good, wholesome, family fun. Like I said, I wasn't going into it with high hopes, but I was, you know, delightfully surprised by how good the film actually is. It's easygoing fun. Having watched the other two afterwards, it's probably the weakest of the three films. But you've got the setup, you've got the continuation, and then you've got the all-out crazy. Going to Peru, fighting giant spiders, finding El Dorado, I think, is the key to this one. Um, with the pendant that Paddington has round his neck from Aunt Lucy. It's insane. Like I say, that is the elements of Indiana Jones that you've got in there. Like I say, delightfully British cast. It's wonderfully bright, colourful. Scenes are great. The music is really good. The score, fantastic. Um, yeah, everything. Just really, really good for me. If it's not your thing, obviously, don't go and watch it. Perhaps wait for it to be on telly. I've been surprised by a few films that have come on telly. Trolls, for example, I really enjoyed. Although I've never done a review of Trolls. It was just on one Christmas and there was nothing else to watch, so it was on the telly and I watched it and it was really good. Yeah, lots of things like this that you go, oh, okay, they're resurrecting that, are they? And doing this and doing that. And this was one of them. But I'm glad I watched this, and I'm glad I watched the other two with my good friend Becky, who I went to go and see over Christmas. And yeah, really, really good film. Like I say, if you've got young kids, can't go wrong with Paddington. Kids up to about 10 years old, and if they've been brought up on Paddington, they'll love it even after that because it's just wholesome family fun. With that, that is my thoughts on Paddington. Like I say, very different to the first two. The second one was quite claustrophobic, being set in a prison pretty much for the whole time, and the third one is just across the world. It makes me wonder what they're going to do for Paddington 4 if they do a Paddington 4, but it's like a juggernaut train at this point, so I think they're going to keep pumping them out, sadly. There's sometimes a time to stop, and I think we've peaked with Paddington, but there you go. Got plenty coming up and more podcasts where this one's coming from. So if you've enjoyed today, please do follow us on the podcasting channel. That's available on Spotify and Apple, Amazon Podcasts, etc. And help us keep growing because I love doing this. I love watching films and I love giving you my thoughts on them. I will never ever tell you to not go and see a film. I will always tell you to make up your own mind. But always, always do, if you've been to see the films, get in contact. Let me know what you thought of the films. Anyway, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.
Hiya.